Okay, so today we have the playroom cleaned up, and I'm actually using it now also as a training area. So this is kind of what it looks like when we're training. We still do have the potty trays in here. I do have the toys taken out. And of course our leash training, we're doing leash training. We have little cute June. June is in here, and then we have Ruger. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about food and feeding and all that kind of stuff for the puppies. So you see June over here. June is actually 2 days older than Ruger, and Ruger stop. Ruger is about 2.5 times her size. So this video here, I wanted to do a little bit of a spotlight on feeding and taking care of your puppies. Hi, Mama June. Little Mama June. Yeah. Now, when you're doing your training and that, you want to make sure that you are in a nice, calm, and quiet area, because you want to make sure that your puppy is focused. So that's why I use this area too, and I also use my living room. She's just looking like, you see how much bigger he is than her, but she's older. Now, June is the smallest out of all 20 puppies. She is a sweet little girl. And Ruger, he's the biggest out of all 20 puppies. Give it that they're both from different litters, but they're only 2 days apart. So what I'm doing and what I've been doing is, since June's a little bit smaller, I have been doing some canned wet food for her, and that's just to give her a little bit more of an easier way to eat food, and it just kind of gives her a little bit more calories and that, so she can grow. They're both on hard kibble, but I do give them they're hard kibble, but I do give, like I said, June some just extra support for her her size and her needs. Grain or grain free is a question that a lot of people will ask, and I see the benefits of both. It's your own choice. A lot of people will feed raw. A lot of people, there are very, very different ways to feed your dog. There are many different foods. There's just so much out there. Just educate yourself and pick the food that you see best fits what you want for your dog. I don't feed my dogs any kind of rawhide. I don't feed my dogs any kind of like intestines and all that kind of stuff. I don't feed my dogs foods with fillers. I don't feed my dogs raw. There's so many benefits to it. Please remember, don't give them bones that are cooked. Bones that are cooked tend to splinter, especially with larger dogs that have more biting power. So if you have a cooked chicken bone and you give it to your dog, the inside of the chicken bone is hollow. So your dog's going to bite it, it's going to splinter, and you do not want your dog eating any kind of... June is just sitting there being a pretty girl, and Ruger is just over here just being a guy, being a little boy. But again, food preference is definitely something that you want to be aware of. Most dogs and puppy will gorge. Gorge just means, hey, excuse me. What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it. Of course. That's what dogs do, sniff butts. All right, so you're not, no, this isn't yet. You see, very food driven. But we're not to that part yet. What was I talking about? Boy, I'm drawing a blank here, and I have a video. Food preferences. Gorging. When your dogs are older, I know a lot of people just leave out food and let their dogs eat whenever they are hungry, that's fine. But when they're puppies, they're going to want to gorge and eat and overeat and just keep eating. So please, please, please get a schedule for your puppy. Whenever your puppy eats, it's really, really, really a good idea, especially with potty training, to take them out right after they're done eating. Usually I will tell people to pick up their puppy and take them outside, not letting them walk around the house, to go outside. Once they're done eating, pick them up, take them to the potty area, give them about 5-10 minutes. You're being a push. My goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, again, we're doing really good on leash training, so. But if they do not potty within 5 to 10 minutes, then you bring them back in. And if you're using a kennel, I would put them in a kennel and just wait another 5-10 minutes and then try again. Okay? When you're taking them potty, and please remember, it is very important to talk to your pup, to talk to your dog. Your dogs aren't mind readers. They're not going to know what you want them to do. So it is super important to tell them when it's time to go potty, to go potty, 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 potty. And then when they actually go potty, just be quiet. And then when they're done potty, and do a yes. Make it seem like it's the best thing ever. Yes, good, potty, potty, yes. All right. What else about food? Usually, right now, these puppies, they have their last meals about 9:30. And I kind of am splitting the puppies between all the puppies. They all kind of eat together. And right now they're about, now you got to remember, your puppy's stomach is only about that big, okay? Very, very small. Do not overfeed your puppy. You will give your puppy just a really bad tummy ache, and sometimes they vomit, sometimes they'll get diarrhea. But when you feed your puppy, please, please, please remember to use small amounts of food. You want to make sure that the puppy is eating and completely eating their meals. It is always good to get out of there. Leave her alone. It's always good to use treats. With puppies, again, it's small treats, small bite-sized treats, because again, they're teething and it's just easier for them to chew. What else? My puppies, they get fed 3 to 4 times a day. We are actually feeding, when they were smaller, they were getting fed 4 times a day, and we're going to shorten that to 3 times a day. So they get fed at 5 o'clock in the morning, around 1 in the afternoon, and then around, like I said, 9:30 at night. And they do get snacks and treats throughout the day when they're training. So they do have water available all the time. And at night, we do a last call. So at night at 9:30 when they eat, I will fill up water bowls, and I get them used to being overnight without any extra food or anything like that, because they have eaten, so that way they're hungry in the morning. And their water bowls are sufficient enough to keep them all hydrated through the night. So it also helps them to start doing some bladder control, some potty control, where if you give them a big thing of water right before bed, what are they going to do? Of course, they're going to pee all over the place. If you give them water, just make sure that you have a area for them to go to the bathroom in. Usually when I get my puppies and they're over 8 weeks old, I will start restricting water at night. I don't do that right now because these are puppies and they still need to grow, but as they get older, I will start restricting water at night and take them potty before bedtime. It helps their bladders to hold and kind of start working to be potty trained. And again, this is just a video of heads up. Every puppy is different. Every puppy will have different needs. Every puppy's food schedule is going to be different. Every puppy's needs are going to be different. Training is going to be different. So for instance, it is food time for these two. So for June, I have her some soft food here. And for Ruger, I have him some big food here. Now, what I do with them is I will come in here and I am actually going to sit with them and I am going to give them the food. I do not want the dogs to get attached to the food bowls. I do not want them to start getting food aggressive because of a food bowl. So what I am going to do is I'm going to sit down and I am going to give them food while I'm hugging and touching and getting them here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make his leash just a little shorter so I can sit with June. And this is very, very important, especially when you get your puppy and your puppy's at home. You want to establish a very, very good contact with your puppy. So you want to be able to touch your puppy when they're eating. You want to be able to pet them. If they growl or try to be protective of food, you correct it right away with a big sharp no or a clapping of your hands. You see how June is very happy right now. She is eating, and like I said, it's not a lot because look, her stomach is very, very tiny. So that's just enough to get her full and happy. Okay, so again, you don't have to feed them every single meal. Just as long as you're starting to get that contact with them, to start that bond with them, to let them know, hey, the food comes from you. And it just is a good thing to do to keep that, or to start getting that connection. So she's trying to get all the gravy. So there is June, and she did wonderful. I have Ruger over here, and he's getting hungry. So what I do with him, now I'm going to reach back behind me and get the food. This is just a little bit too much for him, but this is what I do with June's like, more food. So with Ruger, I'm going to take a couple things of kibble and I'm going to show him. He wants to eat out of the bowl. You see, he wants out of the bowl. But I'm showing him it in my hand. And what I'm doing is, you want a piece? You want a piece? No, June's like, I want this soft food. But see how Ruger is. June's up here like, where's the soft food? But you definitely want to make sure that you are letting them associate the food with you, that you are where food comes from, and you want to make sure that they're, again, not getting food aggressive, not barking, not growling. You want to be able to have food in your hand. You want to be able to feel secure, especially if you have smaller kids. This is a good exercise to do, especially with kids, but you want to make sure that you have a adult present to help with it. June, see, he wants the bowl. He wants the bowl, but I am not going to get, because he knows what the bowl is. The bowl is food, but I don't want him to, like I said, this right here, we're trying to break. And it does take time because remember, they actually just started eating solid food about a week ago. So it's a good time to start them with their training on. Do you want a piece? No. Yeah, there we go. There's a piece. June's eating one piece. There we go. All right. Now, if I wasn't recording, I would do more touching, more petting and that. But again, I am not wanting to have him just fall in love with the food bowl or any of the puppies. And again, this is something that I have to switch with every day. I do a couple of puppies different every day. You know, different puppies do different things. Some puppies get bathed. Some puppies do food training. Sorry. You want a piece? No? June, you want a piece of food? There we go. Yeah, she's like a little kitty. Okay, so again, this video is running long, but like I said, it's very, very, very important that your dog does not feel like they have to fight or eat their food. And there's also things that you can sell if the dog is just chowing down their food without even chewing it. They're slow feeders. They actually are like a bowl, but they have little pieces of plastic in it that make the dogs actually have to lick and get the food out. So those are good also. But again, remember, each dog is different. Each dog is going to have their own needs. Each dog is going to need you to show them what to do because they are babies. They are little babies, and you need to instill great my mind's going blank. Great values when they're young, because later when see, June's already full. She's not even wanting to eat the little pieces of kibble. As long as you raise your dog with great values and you take the time to love and connect with them, they are just going to be amazing companions. But you've got to do the work. You have got to put in the time. Are you ready for nappy time? She's ready. She's like, I ate. I'm tired. Now, I have the potty trays over there just in case she needs to go to the potty. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video. And like I said, this is what you want. You want your puppy to be able to... June's looking for more food, but you know, you do not want to overfeed. Come here, Ruger. Come here, Ruger. Come here, Ruger. You eat. Okay, so again, this is Ruger and June, and this is just a little video on feeding and training. You know, just the different ways that puppies are. And I hope this helps somebody, especially like I said, with feeding and getting to know your dog's needs. I mean, the easy way out is, yes, of course, just putting a bowl of food down with a big old scoop in it. But that's not going to do you any good in the long run, and it's not going to do the puppy any good at all also. Okay? So with that, little June is going to say bye-bye, and Big Ruger is still wanting the bowl. But, and like I said, right now, since I've already done a little bit with him, I mean, I can go ahead and show him the bowl. And while he's eating, I'll pet him, you know, and I'll let him know, hey, I'm not after your food. You can eat just fine, but I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to take it away. I think June's just kind of smelling. I'm full. But I want to be able to take it away and give it to you. Because if you get something in your mouth, I want to feel like I can, you know, be around your mouth and not have any worries of getting bit or having any kind of aggression with me being around. You checking it out? You checking it out? See, she's just kind of looking. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If anybody else has anything that they want to add, or any other tips or anything else, or just any kind of comments, please leave it in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like. And again, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.